What's going on YouTube? This is BoxingWave. This is going to be my third video on the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight. Okay, I've already made 2 videos. Okay, I'm going to still continue to make more. I did a prediction video. I did that first. You want to check that out, you could. It's out there. I made a video discussing the possibilities of a knockout from both opponents, and I did that video. That's out there. You can check that out. This video here, I'm going to speak on whether or not I think this fight is going to be a disappointment, okay? This big fight, this is the biggest fight ever, you know, or the biggest fight of this era in boxing. And, you know, is it going to live up to the hype? And I'm gonna break that down in this video. Now, do I think it would be a disappointment? Well, it depends on the outcome of the fight. Obviously, the fight didn't happen yet, so we have to wait and see. I pay for both of these fighters' pay-per-views, okay? I buy Pacquiao fights for the most part. I buy Floyd Mayweather's fights. You know, I like both fighters. Okay, I've been called a Pac-Tard on here. I've been called Flomo on here. It is what it is. But it depends on what you think is. I don't think it's going to be a disappointment because I know what each fighter is bringing to the table. Okay, I think Pacquiao is going to have a hard time in this fight. Okay, I don't think he's going to look great in this fight. I've seen Floyd's fights and I'm impressed. I like the way he fights. I'm impressed with his performance, even when his opponent doesn't live up to the hype. Okay, when Canelo didn't live up to it, and you know that's what these promoters do. They build a fighter up and make the public believe. They create this illusion that this guy is going to be the one to beat Floyd. Because they know that plenty of people that are paying for these pay-per-views just want to see Floyd lose. They don't even like watching Floyd fight. They're not entertained by him. If you came up liking Mike Tyson, you know, like most people and around my age group, you're not going to like Floyd's fights, you know. I mean, a lot of people make that comparison. A lot of people that don't watch boxing today don't like Floyd Mayweather. It is what it is, okay? But if you are impressed by his style, and like I am, I love to watch the guy fight. Even if Canelo doesn't come and bring a competitive fight, I enjoyed watching the fight because I enjoy watching Floyd Mayweather dissect his opponent the way he does. I enjoy it. So if Pacquiao doesn't bring a good fight, and it's not really that competitive, I might still enjoy the fight. Do I think it's going to live up to the hype as in being as great of a fight, as big as it is? No, I don't think so. I think this is going to be another Floyd Mayweather fight where he put on a dominating performance against a great fighter that people think will beat him. Okay? That's what I believe. But if we look at the track record, I am telling you guys that you're most likely going to be disappointed. If Floyd Mayweather wins the fight, you're going to be disappointed with the fight. Unless it's extremely close and they give Floyd a fight. But you're going to be disappointed anyway because if the fight is very close and they give the fight to Floyd, you know, if it's a 7-round to 5-round type of fight and they give it to Floyd, you're going to be disappointed because you're going to think that Pacquiao won the fight and that he got robbed. You know, the people that wanted Floyd want to see Floyd lose, they're going to go with Pacquiao. Say that Pacquiao won the fight. Okay? That's just the way it is. Now, Pacquiao wins the fight, whether it's by knockout or whatever. You know, if it goes to decision and he wins the decision, people are probably going to like the fight because Floyd has never lost before. Okay? So whatever Pacquiao would have to do to win that fight, it will be entertaining because it's something we never seen. We never seen Floyd lose to anyone before. And if you look at Floyd's track record, what fights were people entertained by since he started this whole pay-per-view run? Okay, they were entertained by the De La Hoya fight because there's some people out there that at that time believed that De La Hoya won the fight. You know, when the fight was over, I heard people say, "Nah, I thought De La Hoya won it. They should have gave it to him." Okay, I disagree with that. Highly disagree with it. But I understand that a lot of people wanted to see Floyd lose, especially leading up to that fight. That was the first time they had 24/7, and you know, the hype and the buzz was big. Okay, you look at all his other opponents. Marquez didn't deliver. Okay, Hatton, you know, it was a good fight to me. You know, I liked that fight. You know, I thought it was pretty good. You know, I think Hatton, with his aggressive style, brings a good fight. You know, he was aggressive like De La Hoya is. De La Hoya is a much better fighter. Hatton ends up getting knocked out. But, you know, I thought that was a good fight. You know, Marquez, it was a great performance by Floyd Mayweather. That was like a masterful performance by Floyd Mayweather to me. Okay, to fight a guy on Marquez's level and beat him the way that he did, okay? Same thing with Shane Mosley. I know people say he's old now, but at the time he was coming off the win with Antonio Margarito, and that was the last fight that I picked Floyd to lose, honestly. You know, I've said this on my channel before. I thought Shane was going to beat Floyd. Shane was one of those guys when I was younger and I was watching Shane and Floyd. I thought Shane was the guy that would beat Floyd. You know, this is before when Shane was undefeated and they both were undefeated. All right. I thought Shane was going to be the one to beat Floyd, you know, back then. So I went with Shane to win the fight. Okay, he didn't win. He actually got destroyed in there after he hurt Floyd. But it is what it is. But, you know, Victor Ortiz, Robert Guerrero, Canelo Alvarez, all of these fights, I've heard people say, oh, the fight wasn't all that good. You know why? Because they promote the fight. They make the fight. They make this illusion that these guys are going to win the fight. Like Canelo Alvarez, they promoted it. The name of the theme, the whole theme was the one. Okay, Canelo's going to be the one to give Floyd the first loss. Everybody paid for it. You know, it earned 2.3 million buys. And Canelo disappointed not because he didn't want a fight or didn't bring a good fight. It's just that he got dominated. He got outboxed. He got outclassed. Okay? But the fights that people weren't disappointed with was the Maidana fight and the Cotto fight. You know why? Because Maidana gave him a cut. He roughed Floyd up. He won the first half of the fight. You know, he was very aggressive with Floyd, and he did a good job against Floyd. I mean, for a guy that no one wanted to see Floyd fight, he did very well. A lot better than the majority of the fighters that we've seen Floyd fight in the past, you know, a lot of years. It's been a long time. Then you had Cotto, another fighter that, you know, that gave Floyd a bloody nose. He won a few rounds. You know, I don't think he had a chance of winning, but he gave Floyd a few good rounds. Okay, it was some action in there. Okay, even though Floyd was winning, he wasn't dominating. It wasn't like the Guerrero fight. It wasn't like the Canelo Alvarez fight. You know, it wasn't like Marquez and Shane Mosley. You know, so people were entertained by that, and I think if the fight, you know, it's hard for me to tell you because I don't know the outcome of the fight. But I'm making examples right now of what people are going to say if the fight ends this way. If Pacquiao wins the fight, you know, unless he knocks Floyd out in the first round and we don't get the fight, then people are not going to care whether or not it's a big fight because people are going to be so shocked. And, you know, let me make this one thing clear before I stop this video. Regardless of who you think is going to win the fight, if you think Pacquiao is going to win the fight, that's fine. But let's not make it seem like he's not the underdog here, okay? Floyd Mayweather is the favorite to win this fight, okay? Let's not make it seem as if, you know, Floyd is way over his head to fight Manny Pacquiao. You know, Manny Pacquiao, if he wins this fight, the world is going to go crazy. If Floyd Mayweather wins this fight, it's just another fight. It's just another great fighter that Floyd actually beat. Okay? That's just the way it is. Unless it's an extremely competitive, close fight where Pacquiao drops him or hurts him at one point or a couple times in a fight and it's going back and forth, and you can sit here and argue, oh, Pacquiao won the first half, Floyd, and they gave it Floyd, then that's going to create a buzz for a rematch. But if it's like 9 rounds to 3, 8 rounds to 4, or even 10 rounds to 2 in Floyd's favor, people are not going to have a buzz for the rematch. People are going to say, oh, it was too late. Floyd should have fought him back in 2009. Pacquiao's washed up. People are saying that now in a fight that hasn't even happened yet. Okay? It's going to be a disappointment because this fight is so big. It's hard. How do you live up to the hype of this fight? It took 5-6 years to make this fight. Is it going to live up to the fight? Is it going to live up to the hype? How do you live up to the hype on a fight on this magnitude? We see great fights every year. We have Fight of the Years, and we see great fights. Is it going to be as great as, some of the best fights we seen last year? Like, we had Terrence Crawford against, what's his name, Gamboa. That was a great fight. I'm just thinking off the top of the head. Matisse and John Molina. Is it going to be as good of a fight as that fight was? Probably not. Probably not. But that's what people are expecting because the scale for this fight is so high, and if it doesn't deliver, then people are going to be disappointed. I can watch a dominated Floyd performance and enjoy the fight, but he's fighting the best. He's fighting the other best fighter in the world, He's fighting one of the few people that's still boxing today that can compare. Besides Klitschko and Pacquiao, there's no other fighter that you can really, and Bernard Hopkins, there's no other fighter that you can even mention as far as resume concerned. You can't even mention them in the same place as Floyd Mayweather. And Pacquiao is the only other, happens to be a welterweight, and I think he has the best legacy. So for him to go in there, on that scale, if Floyd is able to dominate him like I think he will, I might enjoy the fight. I can't tell you, I'm just going to be watching the fight, and when it's over and whoever wins, I might have to eat crow. I might have to make a video and say, yo, damn, I was wrong. Pacquiao destroyed Floyd. I might have to do it, but I don't think the fight is going to be a disappointing fight. I think people need to calm down and just think, like, what are you expecting in this fight? And what are you going to say if you get this outcome versus this outcome? Because either fighter could win the fight. It's boxing. Floyd is the favorite to win. Regardless if you think Pacquiao's going. He's the favorite to win. So try to understand that. What does that mean if Floyd wins? What does it mean if Pacquiao wins? Who is it going to be? Whose legacy, is this going to do more for, if they were to win the fight? Okay. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that, as far as it being a disappointment. It really depends on your taste and what you like to see in the ring. I like fighters of all different styles. Okay. I enjoy a Pacquiao fight as much as I enjoy a Floyd. They fight totally different. I could sit here and enjoy a Provodnikov fight just as much as I enjoy a Lara fight. That sounds crazy, but it's not crazy to me because I like different fighters for different reasons. Okay, so you got to ask yourself that question. I don't think it could be a disappointment. Will be a disappointment. It could be, but I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Drop some comments and make sure you subscribe.